Michael Cahir, Minister, you're very welcome to the House again today. It's a really important issue, and Senator Keoghan really highlights. I always really enjoy listening to you on this issue, because you teach us all an awful lot. And I was struck by your commentary last week on order of business in relation to the lives that we're losing under state care. And Minister, you have a huge responsibility, and it's almost relentless. There is constant issues. And for me, they almost seem greater than any of us, because there is just so many barriers, so many pitfalls to creating a state full of adults and creating children that we want them to be. It is all our responsibility to look after the children in the state like they were all our own flesh and blood, Minister, and we all have to fight for them. And Senator Keoghan is relentless on that, and she does. She is constantly speaking about children in care. These are our future adults, our future leaders, our future business people, our future parents, and it really is so important that we give them every single opportunity to be their best selves. Minister, we do see time and time again, unfortunately, that the state fails really vulnerable children, and the most high-profile case was the the Grace case, and the system, in my opinion, the system itself was guilty of serious criminal negligence, in my opinion, and nothing was done repeatedly. And this poor wee child, as we call Grace, was systematically abused in foster care, and it's absolutely disgusting that we allowed this to happen. And we're not obviously personally responsible, but we are, because this is our country. These are our people we pay to look after little children like Grace, and we fail them. And the system, as we know, is necessary for so many reasons. But as I said, Minister, it is so important that we put in every single procedure and step along the way that it is a child's voice, and you rightly said that in your speeches. The child's voice is the most important, and we all know that there is excellent work going on with our foster families, and they're really. I know many foster families, and they're incredible. As I said, as Senator Keoghan said, we just don't have enough of them. We just don't have enough places, and there is. And in your speech, Minister, was a really. I have to read it a few times because there's an awful lot of information in that. There is an awful lot of work going on in the department. That we have really important, responsibility or targets in our programme for government. The commitment to aftercare and transition, and we all know that aftercare and transition, that follows on not even from children in care, but also from our disability services, and that transition is really important to highlight, because there's one thing as sure as God is, we're all going to get older. We're all going to hit 18, hopefully, and we're all going to want to reach those milestones. And I see that the department is putting an awful lot of work into aftercare, and I suppose, in my opinion, there is not a finite or a top mark, a top level of resources that should be put in, because these are, Senator Keoghan mentioned there, that girl who was so grateful for all I think, and she shouldn't have to be so grateful, Minister, because this is our responsibility to look after her, and she has proved herself. She has worked so hard, and yet she's afraid to leave because she doesn't have the support. And I know, I'm nearly 40 years of age, and I can't manage without the support of my family. So, we do need to, as a country, treat ourselves as the family support unit. Minister, there's a few things that comes up time and time again, and that is resources, staff, foster care homes, suitable emergency care, and the need to transition away from the private providers. And I know that was necessary throughout COVID, and an awful lot of resources were put into private care throughout COVID, and it was very important and necessary then. But I suppose we need to get to a point that this we don't have to use this, and also the inflexibility of the system to look at the individual, to look at their care needs, and to see what's best for what's best for Erin might not be best for Mary, and what's best for yourself. We really do need to look at the person, and we had a really excellent engagement with our Children's Committee Day, Minister. And I know that exact same thing of the lack of individualisation, the lack of looking at the person and the family unit as a whole, and seeing how best can we support that child, support the mother to make sure that or the father, make sure that they are not falling into childhood poverty, the fuel poverty. It's an endless circle, and you step up a little bit, you get a job, and you start to lose you lose your benefits or your support package, and there's an endless amount of well, do this, but you're going to be punished over here. So we really do need to start looking at the person and stop this siloing of benefits or supports to the family, because a family, we know whatever structure of the family is, whatever that makeup is, whether that be the foster family, whether that be a single parent family, whether that be a grandparent, it is a family. So we support that family, whatever needs they need, and we do. I welcome your comment, Minister, that we can make this country one of the best small countries in which to grow up. And yes, it is, but we do have to make sure that we do not fail any more children. We support them, we look at their little faces and we say, you are going to be an adult, and you're going to be a bloody great adult when you grow up, because you're worth it. And another thing that came up at the committee, exactly what Senator Cogan was saying, people don't trust Tusla. The families who potentially are in need, who could do with the support, extra supports or a little bit of advice, whatever, don't go to Tusla. To feel that Tusla is an agency that maybe take off your child, that will make you look like a bad parent. We need to transform that. We need to change that attitude, because we need to make sure that Tusla is there for the person and not for the system. Go my God.